Yeah, look, it's absolutely incredible. I knew I still had a bit of work to do to get over the line in the race to Dubai. I played some really good golf last weekend to pull a little bit further ahead of Marco, and then even going into today, there was still Tyrrell was only one back, and it was a bunch leaderboard, so I knew I needed to go out and play well and get the job done. And thankfully when I finally looked at a leaderboard around the end of the front nine, I saw I was in the lead, and Tyrrell wasn't in the top 10, so I felt like I was maybe a little bit more at ease at that point, but then at the same time, it might have relaxed me too much, and I didn't play a great back nine in terms of trying to win the tournament. Obviously, I did what I did at the last and got myself into a playoff, but look, I feel like the last couple of years, I've come into these two events in Abu Dhabi and here, and really didn't need to do much to win the race to Dubai, but I'm really proud of myself that I came here after the season that I've had, and I knuckled down, and I played some really good golf to get the job done. So would have been lovely to finish it off with a win today, but I'm really happy for Matt as well. He's he got off to a rough start this year, and he's really turned it around, and very, very deserving winner at the end of the day. Flying here to the Middle East a couple of weeks ago, my whole goal was to play well enough to make sure that I won my 7th race to Dubai title. So I did that, and I'm proud of myself that I said this numerous times this week, but I could have came in here these last 2 weeks of the year and relaxed a little bit and taken it easy, but I really wanted, and I'm a proud person, and I take pride in my performances on the golf course, and I wanted to give a really good account to myself these 2 weeks, and I feel like I've done that. I think it's just how much he means to European golf, how much he means to any player that's played in a European Ryder Cup team. I think Seve's spirit lives on in the European Tour and in the European Ryder Cup team, and he was always my dad's favorite player, and he's a beacon of what European golf stands for, and I just think about growing up and playing golf, and my dad being such a big part of it, and then like his sort of connection to Seve, or Seve was the one that really got him inspired to play golf, and then to just, I don't know, I think it's just the parallels of that. But yeah, when I hear Seve, it just sort of brings me back through my whole journey in the game, and it makes me quite emotional. I hope so. I think the DP World Tour is in a, with everything that's went on in the game of golf, it's somehow found itself in a pretty strong position. There's, like, it's like the world of men's professional golf right now is still a little weird, and who knows what the future is going to look like, but to have the commitment of DP World for 10 years, to see the Ryder Cup team doing so well, to see how much it means to every single one of those players that's on the team, to have amazing events like this, to have from the start of September all the way through to I'd say to the end of January, that's the DP World Tour is the sort of shining light in golf, during the course of that time frame, and it's amazing that all of its biggest players are coming to play in those events, and hopefully that continues for a long time. Yeah, sometimes I think as you're still playing, it's probably detrimental to do it too much. But yeah, there's times that I catch myself, and I think about my place in the game and, where I'm going to end up. But, again, as a 36-year-old, it still feels like there's a lot of years left in the tank. I don't want to think about it too much. But, yeah, every now and again, you have to sit back and appreciate that, up until this point, it's been a pretty good run.